Bartolet for Inside the Industry, and we're here on the set for the first day of filming for the official Halloween Parody, XXX, for directors Tabitha Stevens. There she is. And her husband Mark for Zero Tolerance. And we're over here at Nick Manning's house filming. That kind of Tourette's outburst is produced from listening to too much heavy metal music.
I'm in love with rock and roll.
Alright, let's go rock and roll start. Hopefully I'll come back alive and in one piece because I'm going with Nick Manning.
Yeah.
I just have lost my...
Also working with me on this movie, acclaimed actor Mr. Anthony Rosano. How are you, sir?
I'm all right. And yourself?
Good, thank you. And the beautiful Chanel Preston, who I was fortunate to work with in MASH. And you're playing Jamie Lee Curtis's role of Lori. And you said you were talking to some of the girls about Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yes.
You didn't like her?
No, I just didn't think she was very stunning when she was younger.
Yeah.
But now that she's older, I think she's so much better looking.
Now, did you watch the movie? The original?
I did. I watched it last week because I'd never seen it before. I actually originally watched the Rob Zombie version just because.
It's a little gorier than the original.
Yeah, and then I watched the original one. But I don't know, horror movies don't really scare me. It was just kind of like, I wish I would have seen it when I was younger.
Yeah, probably would have been more scary.
Much more scary.
Right. Now, Anthony, you are an actor who really studies his part. For example, when you did Rocky, you really got into that role. Now, you're playing the sheriff in this. Did you watch the original Halloween to kind of get an idea for the character?
I grew up with that movie.
Yeah.
A lot of the late 70s, early 80s horror flicks, like Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street and all that. And so I didn't really do any extra homework on it. I was already kind of familiar roundabout as far as what they wanted me to do, what I had to bring, to the table as a character. But I mean, considering that I'm a meat puppet, I don't, who knows? If I get fast forwarded through anyway. So.
That's very funny that you bring that up because that was one of my questions that I was going to ask you today. Now, you call it meat puppet. Some people call us as male performers props, a lot of things. Do you feel bad about those kind of taglines on you as a performer?
I don't, because, I mean, it's just my own personal opinion. But I don't really think that there are male porn stars. I think that the women are the stars and we're the supporting cast. Honestly, I'm not saying that.
But if it wasn't for us guys, it'd just be girlfriend films and sweetheart.
True enough. Yes, I agree. But I think that the focus, at least for me, whenever I've watched porn, the focus has always been on the women. So I think the way I look at doing my job is I have to do everything I can to make the girls shine as brightly as possible.
Right.
And that could be either, in dialogue or more especially during a sex scene. I know it's not about me. It's about opening up so that people can see, what's going on. And, for the girl to have, I like to think that when I work with a girl that I try to give her a pleasurable experience so that there's more of a natural kind of organic thing going on, not like some rehearsed circus act.
Right. Hint, Chanel, who will be doing Anthony later today.
I will.
In the
First
shower.
time.
Yeah.
So I already apologized to her ahead of time.
Anthony, you're one of the nicest guys in the adult industry. A lot of girls love working with you, and they say that's because you're very polite and you give 110% performance in there.
Oh.
What's a tip that you could give for the guys that are watching this now to have sex like a porn star? I mean, some little trick that you could do with your lady at home.
To have sex like a porn star?
Yeah.
Shit. Well,
don't have sex like a porn star.
I mean...
Don't have sex like a porn star.
No.
Yeah, because, I mean, the way you have sex in porn could come off a little disingenuous in real life.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I never have sex in real life like this. I never do that shit. And, it's definitely two different, it's like apples and oranges.
Schools of thoughts on that,
What
yeah.
I will say as far as tips of advice to guys out there, if you want to know how to make your lady feel good, just pay attention. Listen and pay attention. And I think generally she'll give you the tips as far as what she likes. And then the rest of it's like, if you have a problem with premature ejaculation, then think of something absolutely grotesque or tedious in your brain when you get to that point. Like, I don't know, anything from baseball to a garbage can full of corpses. Any one of those, anything in between there too. Anything that's going to kind of keep you from being like, oh my God, it's so good. That's the one thing you want to avoid. And that's probably the only thing that's kind of similar to sex in real life that you don't want to, you want to stay in there. You want to stay in the game.
Very good. Very true. That's good. Thank you, Anthony.
You're welcome.
Now, Chanel, is there a tip that you might want to tell the ladies out there? Now, of course, you said don't fuck like a porn star. But maybe something, I mean, you are not only one of the most beautiful women in this industry, mainstream and adult, but I mean, you're a consummate performer. You always hit a home run all the time.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's one little secret you could share with us?
One little secret of like why
Yeah.
I perform well?
Yeah.
I guess just enjoy what you do. You know? I mean, I guess a lot of girls maybe get jaded and they kind of do the whole like dead fish thing.
Yeah. Oh, really?
I don't know. I guess it is. I'm not gonna lie. It is part acting. You just gotta have fun doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it can be fun because a lot of people in the industry you're friends with. I mean, you get the times where maybe you shoot with someone you can't stand or you don't like, but I mean, it's just, it's only, the scenes only last an hour or two.
Yeah.
Suck it up for an hour.
Because a lot of people don't realize besides shooting the actual sex scene, you have to maybe do a hard and a soft version.
Yeah,
you have to do
scenes
stills.
Are very long.
Yeah.
Do pretty girl stills, sex stills, hardcore and softcore.
Wow.
Softcore.
And that's a lot.
Yeah.
It's more grueling for the girls, I think, sometimes, huh?
Well, I think as far as it's more challenging for the guys because they have to stay hard. We don't have to worry about anything like that. But I think physically, it's harder on our bodies. So yeah, it takes a man and a woman.
Last question to both of you. You prefer doing the features and the parodies or the little gonzo reality scene?
I like to do both. I like the mix of it because sometimes if I shoot a lot of parodies a month or something, or not parodies but just features, it's kind of, they're like, oh, it'd be nice to go home at a decent time. But then when you're shooting a bunch of gonzo, you're like, okay, this is kind of getting old. I'd like to do something different. So
to have some substance.
Yeah, I don't like one or the other more.
Yeah. Very good. Anthony, what about you?
For me, really, I think it's more contingent upon like who I'm shooting the feature for. Now, typically, I have a core group of companies that I work for consistently. So 9 out of 10, it's usually one of those companies, and so it's typically a good time. But there are some feature sets that can be a little, draining time-wise, where you're like, I've been sitting around for 12 hours. I could have done things today, and I still haven't shot a frame yet. So, I mean...
And Stewie would say...
Like, God, man, this is bullshit. What am I going to do with this thing? But, back in the day, it was kind of nice with the gonzo stuff because you were able to, I know for me, I'd work maybe 5-6 days out of the week, and then it was like maybe 1 or 2 scenes a day. And you were making double the money in half the time. So, on that note, I prefer gonzo. But one quick other side note is for what she said a second ago, it made me kind of smile a little bit because it was a complete antithesis of what happened to me just the other day. Now, I'm not going to mention any names, but probably one of the most, and ladies, please take note of this, all you Paris Hiltons out there, probably one of the most insulting things a guy can experience when he's having sex with you is for you to have your cell phone tucked away under a blanket or a towel, and the minute your face isn't on frame, you're reaching and texting your boyfriend while I'm having sex with you. Don't do that shit. What the fuck? All right, I'm done.
Very cool. All right, we're going to get back to filming here, but there's more coming up right after this. For our behind-the-scenes coverage of the making of the official Halloween parody XXX for Zero Tolerance.
Hey, it's Andy Sandemus, and you're watching Inside the Industry.
Hi, I'm Billy Bob Thornton. People are getting smarter every day. Everybody's an expert on something. So I just don't understand what's going on with HIV infection. I mean, I know it's not something we like to think about or talk about. A lot of people are frightened by it. Even with all the information that's out there about AIDS, just as many people are getting infected. You don't have to be one of them. Learn the facts and find out how to protect yourself. You can call this number for information. You'll feel a whole lot better.
Hi, I'm Sophie D, and welcome to Inside the Industry.
Tabitha, why did you decide to do this movie of all of the horror movies that we could be doing? Yeah, excellent job, by the way, on Nightmare and Psycho.
Actually, it wasn't up to me. It was the request from Zero Tolerance.
Oh, wow.
So we said, you want us to do it? We will do it.
I remember a couple of years ago, a lot of the companies didn't want to do the horror movies because they thought that the gory blood splattering and stuff wouldn't work with porn.
You know what? If you do it in a certain way where you don't include blood in a sex scene, let's say, and you do it afterwards, if you're going to have a kill scene, you got to have fake blood. I'm sorry, it just doesn't look right. So Gary O'Rona, the director, does it in such a way where it doesn't look tacky, it looks good, if it's the show, and it's not done in a way where we can get in trouble for putting sex with killing.
Right. Now, I know you and Gary, beautiful married couple, you guys are big fans of Alfred Hitchcock, but also Carpenter and Craven. And who are your favorite horror directors?
We have so many different ones. It's, I can't really put a finger on who are absolute favorites. That's hard to say.
Now, what is the title going to end up being of this one?
Kubrick is one of our favorites.
Oh, yeah.
We wanted to do The Shining, but we were not able to do The Shining.
Wow.
Maybe.
Stanley Kubrick.
Come on in there.
Yeah, I got to go really fast.
Yeah.
But the proper answer to the last question was Stanley Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick.
Yeah.
What is the final title going to be on our movie?
Official Halloween.
XXX.
No. Official Halloween parody. They
No,
don't put XXX in it.
No.
Official Halloween parody.
Gary, I want you to share one little trick that you told me about. We are shooting in the daytime, but this is at night, and you said there's an effect that you do in post.
Day for night. Day for night means basically you're shooting during the day, but you want it to look like night. And the way we do that is we use a very high contrast spot. For instance, hard light coming in through a window, as long as you're not seeing out the window.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of shadow on one side of the face. Then in post-production, what you do is color that white blue, and it looks like moonlight coming through the window. But the trick is to not shoot out the window, directly out the window. You want to do raking shots along the edge, and you just color it blue, and it looks really good. Add more contrast.
Very cool. Well, no, but I mean, this is something I'm sure people have been doing all the time. What advice?
It's like 1905.
Last question is, would you two that are a fantastic couple, would you give advice for a young married couple out there that might want to start their own production company? What would you tell them?
Don't. He's going to walk away like this. That's a lot. You know what? In these times, it's tough, so don't expect too much because...
Yeah, your expectations should be throw heart, soul, passion, spirit into everything you do, but do not expect to get infinitely wealthy. It's extremely competitive. It's easier than ever for people to shoot great-looking material, so you're competing with a lot of, other people out there who are very passionate. So you've just got to be a little bit more passionate and hope all it works well. But it's a treacherous field out there, and it's more treacherous than it's ever been. But you can't, no matter what, no matter how difficult it gets, you can never, ever kill or passion.
Yeah.
Spirit and passion. You have tremendous spirit and passion in you.
Don't think you're going to get rich overnight.
Yeah, you won't unless it's like lightning in a bottle.
Yeah.
but you have to work, and you have to treat it like anything to be successful. You have to be extremely diligent. You have to do your homework. You have to learn for the rest of your life. You never stop learning.
Very good. Thank you for sharing that with us. Okay.
I have to go to the store now.
Let me get on fucking stage.
My phone. I have to find my way.
Hello, I'm Ron Jeremy, adult film actor and reality star. You're watching an excellent choice. You're watching Inside the Industry with James Bartolet. I know James, and he was a little itty-bitty penis. In fact, he gets more girls in a day than I'll get in a year because he has his own show. But it's okay, I'm catching up. Keep watching.
What's up, y'all? I'm Alicia Keys, and I just want to talk about how important it is to get tested for HIV. I know it's a sticky subject. I know a lot of people don't want to talk about it. It's a scary thing to think about even being infected like that, but it's so important because there's so many people out there that are infected and don't even know it. So there might be somebody that you're sleeping with right now that doesn't even know that they're infected because they haven't been tested. We got to take care of ourselves. So I want everybody to go out there and just get tested. Make sure everything is all good, and then it's going to be all good.
Angelina Valentine here for Inside the Industry, and you guys are going to ask Angelina some questions. And a lot of the letters that come in are asking me, do I have real orgasms or do I fake it on camera? And I would like to tell each and every single one of you watching this that all of my orgasms are real. They're not fake. It's really hard to fake an orgasm. I mean, me personally, I'm a squirter, so it's kind of hard to fake that, you know what I mean? But when I go to work, I love to come. I mean, why not, right? You're there, you're getting fucked, you're getting your pussy eaten. Why not have an orgasm? So my answer is no. I do not fake my orgasms. I try to come every single time I'm at work. And when I'm not at work, too. So, yes, I come quite frequently, at least 2 to 6 times a day. And the second question that you guys are asking is, am I as wild off camera as I am on camera? And I just want you guys to know that I am a little bit more wild off camera than I am on camera. When I am behind the scene and the camera's on me, I turn into this crazy sex fiend, but to be perfectly honest, I'm just as wild when I'm not having sex and off camera. So my answer is yes, I'm just as crazy or crazier off camera, and I love being me. I'm a badass, I'm a wild girl, and that's who I am, that's my personality. I kick asses, and I go crazy, and I love to fuck. So yes, Angelina Valentine is a crazy bitch, don't forget it.
Hi, this is Joanna Angel, and stay tuned for more Inside the Industry.
Hi, this is James Bartolet, and I'm here at day 2 for eXXXotica Miami. I just finished doing the Inside the Porn Actors Studio, but what we did this time, instead of me interviewing somebody, I was the whole main focal point, and I showed some clips from some of my new movies, like the Rocky Horror Picture Show and Not Charlie's Angels, and took questions from the crowd, and it was great. It was sold out. There wasn't an empty seat in there, so it's very cool. My lovely, lovely Chastity Lynn is over here at the Galaxy booth right now, and see all the fans are here. Hi guys. And Chastity's doing really, really well with the band. Really cool. And Chastity's got a lot of stuff here. Chastity, do you like doing the gonzo scenes or feature parodies?
Both.
Yeah? Why is that?
I just like different scenarios and getting to have different kind of freaky role play sets. So whether it's in a feature or in a gonzo, it's all fun and freaky.
Have the fans been very nice to you this weekend?
Yes, I love the fans. They're always nice to me.
Now, Chastity is a girl that really takes her health very seriously. You eat well, you do yoga, you dance, you exercise. This is important to do as a porn performer, right?
It's very important. Exercising and eating healthy keeps your skin looking better and your body looking better.
And you do better scenes.
Yes, and you do better scenes.
Yeah.
Because you can fuck for longer if you're healthier.
Chastity, let me ask you this last question. They say that guys should eat pineapple or drink pineapple juice to make their semen taste better. What should a girl eat to make her pussy taste better? Oh, I stumped you there, huh?
You did stump me. All I have to say on that is smoking cigarettes makes it all taste bad. So if you're a girl or a guy, don't smoke cigarettes and you'll have better tasting cum.
All right, very good. Another healthy porn tip from Chastity Lynn. Yes, we'll be having a series of these now. Very. Did you see that chick blowing fire?
No.
Can you imagine her sucking your cock and she's blowing fire all over it?
They would probably think that. I like to set my tits on fire with personal experience.
I heard about that.
Yes, I love it.
Are you happy you got my copies of Saw and Rocky Horror?
Yeah, I look forward to watching them.
Right on.
Never love my dick like